From Newsnets and CCTV, it's high school hockey, coming to you from the WEX in Cadillac.
Welcome back, everybody, to second period action here from the WEX. Jeff Castillo, along with Bill Dooley, bringing you the action on a Friday night between the Manistee Chippewas and the Cadillac Vikings. A good first period, 1 goal scored, Jeff, and that was...
It was right off the bat by Jack Schmidtdeal. Like about 18 seconds in or so, he took that nice move around the defense, took a nice shot, and hit the upper corner. And then that was it, even though we had numerous power play opportunities, mainly by Manistee, although yes. Cadillac had a couple power plays there. So,
yep.
But the real action was in between periods, Bill. And sorry we didn't get that on TV and everything, but we had some 8 and under, which is Mites age players,
yep.
out on the ice battling each other. There was about 16 of them, and I saw some goals scored out there. They had some good moves, but those are the future high school players way down the line, and they're always enjoyable to watch. That's just a fun age to see them skating around and skating with the puck and just enjoying the game and loving it like we do.
Yeah, Jeff, and they get to be by the players' benches,
yeah.
and see the big players right there, root them on, and just what an exciting time for them, getting out on the big ice and just, everybody, the fans watching them play. All right, we are underway here in the second period. Cole Mortensen, number 6, tried to go around Mateo Barnett, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We got Mateo's name there.
Now putting some pressure on is Jack Bosick, and it comes out to Barnett. He'll backhand it into the zone, and coming back onside is the Chippewas. Good pass, just off the stick of Mortensen. So Barnett will put it in deep. They'll tag up. 16:20 to go here in the second period, 1-0. Cadillac with the lead. Taken away. Trying to make the move is Russell Shoddy, and the Vikings come out with it. Head down there was Carson Petel. Oh, and then Alan Shear, the linesman, took a huge shot right off the back. And, boy, Jeff, that one.
He's going to feel that one for a little while.
Oh, my word, that one looked like it hurt.
Yeah, he's still rubbing on it a little bit.
Yep. He had no protection in that spot.
Well, all part of being a ref or a linesman.
Yes. Mortensen with a high rising wrister. Rutsalainen gets it out to center. Henry Schmidtdeal tried to knock it in. It goes deep into the corner. Caleb McKinley, number 8, turning with it. Oh, and then a huge hit from behind.
Boy, there's no call on that either. I am very surprised.
And, Fisher Moore is down, and boy, oh boy. Maybe he let up. Here comes an arm up in the air. And we got a slash. And are they going to call Cadillac?
Yeah, they are. He gave him a little slash down there. He didn't appreciate the hit, and that should have been called. It really should have. And, the whole purpose of that call is to protect the players from exactly that, because they're basically helpless when they're facing the boards and don't see it coming.
Right.
And even though see that go by.
Right, and even though he may have let up a little bit, it still is a penalty because he was taken into the boards. And then Cadillac, insult to injury, they get the penalty. But man alive, you talk about some tough calls in the last 2 games, Jeff.
Yeah, they're just not getting the bounces and getting the calls right now. So, but you just got to play through it.
Yep. Rutsalainen tried to play through a couple players. And the Vikings thought they were going to ice it, and Rutsalainen picked it, but finally it goes down the rest of the way. And Alex Shriver, Fisher Moore was putting some pressure on him. Those goalies get a little nervous when it's just them and you and the puck.
Thank you.
All right. Here comes Brian Farley. The puck comes over the line. Fisher Moore hit the crossbar.
And Brian Farley tried to knock it out of the air over his head, which wouldn't have done any good, but you just can't lay off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jake Lamb comes in with the shot, covered up by Nathan Moore. And right away, Rutsalainen is in. And I think there's going to be a penalty potentially on Rutsalainen.
I'm sure there is.
It should be. I mean, he came in late on the goalie.
Right. I don't know what he was chatting at him about, but
no, I know. Well, Nate was just protecting his spot after, because there was a Chippewa that came in late after he made the save, and then Roots-Alainen came in, and so
something tells me we're going to see a lot of these special teams tonight, Bill.
it's shaping up.
I've just got that feeling. Well, what a nice shot by Fisher Moore.
Oh.
You know, they are. That seems to me, anyway, the number of shots that Cadillac's taken, that they're going blocker side. They're going high blocker side, I've noticed. So maybe that's the coaches pick something up on them. Yeah. But they're definitely aiming for that high blocker side.
So, Jeff, we're going to play 4-on-4. You don't see this too often because most of the times the penalty's offset, but going to be 4-on-4. Zach Izzard taking the draw for the Vikings, goes back to Schmidtdale. That's Jack Schmidtdale. He takes a long shot, and that's gloved off by Shriver. And it gives us a chance to get our sponsors in right now real quick.
All right, well, we absolutely want to mention Pizza Plus, Cadillac Tire, and Fox Motors of Cadillac. And thanks again for your sponsorship.
All right. Face-off down deep in the Chippewa zone. Puck goes back towards the point. Kept in momentarily. The Vikings get it back. Izzard. Shot a little bit wide of the net. Schwass up to the blue line. Nice job by Schmidtdale to keep it in, and now picking up the puck, making a good move. Going around with the backhander. That's Henry Schmidtdale. Good save by Shriver.
Well, you had the glove right there. It's good positioning. Hey, we also want to get our crew in here tonight. We've got director Hannah Crouch. On cameras are Caden Darrow, Damian Brooks, and Aaron Darrow. Guessing those two are brothers, huh?
They're no relation. They're claiming no relation. I asked them, and it just so happens they have the same last name.
Yeah, well, I claim the same thing with my brother, so can't blame them there. And we've got a little bit more to talk about some DVD opportunities. We'll get that in when we can.
Yeah, we wanted to mention that Aaron Darrow, this is his first ever hockey game, so we'll have to see how he likes it. In warm-ups, there was a puck that came whistling at the glass right near his head. He wasn't paying attention and gave him a little bit of a scare.
Yeah, welcome to the hockey game.
Schwash puts it in the zone, and then he's bulldozed over there by Zach Izzard.
Yeah,
and Schwash is looking Schwash is looking for a hit right back. Coming with some speed, taking a couple slashes, trying to cut out front with Schmidtdale. Good stick work there by Luke Lahr. That one rises over the top of the net. That was Cam Keene, and now Jeffrey Schwash with the backhand pass. Stolen by Izzard, walks in, shot, good save, Shriver. Manistee just wants to get a icing call here. That still doesn't come out. The Vikings keep it in.
Manistee unable to get it out of their zone, and Cadillac's getting a number of shots here. That one could have been a hook.
Yes, there's a rising slapper over top of the net, bouncing out in front, almost putting it home was Cole Mortensen. Here comes Cam Keene. There's a shot. That one is steered aside and in behind the net. Grabbing onto it, getting out to Schwash. Still doesn't. Oh, it finally comes out, and the Vikings scramble for it at center ice. Manistee's going to go for a change.
Biggest flurry of pressure that the Vikings have had all night. Shriver was up for the task. He wasn't letting anything in.
Jeff, next Wednesday on January, I want to say 22nd, there is a military appreciation game against the Big Rapids Cardinal. That'll be right here from the WEX. We're going to cover that game, and that's a great game. Please come out, support the team, support the veterans, buy a T-shirt. That money goes to veterans serving veterans. It's a local place here in Cadillac, and they just do a great job, Jeff, taking care of our veterans. All kinds of neat things out there too.
Yeah, one of my favorite games.
Puck is over the line. Farley, that shot is way high, comes right out in the slot. Picking it up is Fisher Moore. He'll go over to Caleb McKinley. Good quick move there. McKinley, wrister one just behind the net. It's up on the netting. Comes over to Roots-Alainen. Saku Roots-Alainen with the puck high up the boards. Looking for Lundberg. That's Jonah Lundberg, number 15.
You have to wonder if that's a NHL relation, that Roots-Alainen name.
Yep. There's, I'm trying to think, Roots-Alainen plays for Buffalo Sabres, and he just scored. He always scores against the Red Wings, so I think there may be a few Roots-Alainens over in Finland, though, Jeff.
Yeah, I believe there's probably quite a few. Okay, well, Alex Shriver, staying tough in there.
Yes, he is. Gave up that first goal, and really that was nothing he could do about it. It was perfectly placed.
All right. Not even sure he was warmed up and in the game yet on that first shot, and he's been pretty solid since then.
Yeah, good even game. There's been quite a few penalties, but there's a shot.
That one went over Nathan Moore's shoulder and hit the crossbar, actually.
Yeah, he didn't move on it. He was in the right spot, but didn't react to it. So I'm not sure if he saw it all the way.
Yeah, you wonder if they're having a hard time picking the puck up. Once it gets above the glass, or into the glass area, if it's a little bit harder to pick up.
Watch out for the Vikings now. Potential 3-on-1 coming back is Jake Lamb, and a good defensive play by Lamb. And now the Vikings, Caleb McKinley gets bowled over. Excuse me, that was not Caleb McKinley. That was number 18. Is that Logan Collins?
Yes, that's Logan Collins.
Logan, we have not seen him in the game yet.
Nope. Well, somebody welcomed him to the game right away.
That's right. And Logan Collins will go back and get the puck. I was not sure because I had not called number 18 yet, but boy, did he get bowled over.
Yeah, and we've still been even strength here for, a couple minutes straight. Okay, I shouldn't have said anything.
Intercepted momentarily by Jack Bosick and Molly McKeever. Now kept in by Shoddy. That one comes weird. They're going to have to fix those boards where the Zamboni goes in because there's so many bad bounces there.
That's pretty typical. Whenever that seam where the doors open and everything, it's just not going to be a smooth transition for whatever reason, and you never know what kind of crazy bounce you're going to get off of that.
All right, Jeff, we have a shout-out to
do you have that?
Yes, it is somewhere here, but now I cannot find it. We'll get it in just a second here. I know it's Jake Lamb's brother, so we'll get that going here.
Okay. Well, we'll get that in next break.
And who's our next player profile coming up? Putting you on the spot here.
I've got these. Got to dig for my papers here. We've got Carson Peedle.
Carson Peedle will be coming up.
Olivia's brother.
Okay.
And so we'll get him in.
Austin Kyling in along the boards with Jeffrey Schwass, and they're going after it. Caleb McKinley off the stick, and I think one of their own players stick checked him. I'd love to see that again. Here comes Olivia Peedle with the shot. Peedle knocked away by Shriver.
Yeah, she was going blocker side too.
Yes, she was. Intercepted by Carson Peedle. He was looking for Olivia for the one-timer. That would have been pretty cool. High in the air, knocked down by Keene, and coming back to get it is McKinley. McKinley taking a look. There's a long stretch pass. Knocked into the zone, fighting for it, and here comes the Vikings at 3-on-1. Here's a shot, and it goes behind the net.
Got through.
Oh, taken down. Cam Keene just railed number 28. Here comes the shot. Oh, didn't get all of it. Lundberg, here's a play out in front of the net. It's loose and finally covered up by Moore and Rutsalainen. And Cam Keene going after it. Down goes Rutsalainen.
Yeah,
I don't know if you'd call anything on that one.
No. If anything, they both have to go, I believe.
Yeah, we'll see.
Keep things even.
Rutsalainen did maybe try and start things. We'll see what happens. Rutsalainen's going. Cam Keene.
And you can't blame him. I mean, he's trying to get the team fired up, make a little something happen.
Yeah.
They need a little spark here.
Yep.
So nothing wrong with that. That's all part of the game.
Jeff, we got some upcoming hockey and basketball games we want to mention. The boys basketball team, which is undefeated, next Tuesday, January 21st, they're playing Essexville Garber down near your old area. That's going to be Derek Tate and Dan Gussert calling the game. And then we have you and I are doing next Wednesday and Friday. That's the 22nd and 24th, Big Rapids and Davison. And girls basketball, we'll get to that in just a second. Puck comes right off the draw to Henry Schmidtdale, kept in by the Chippewas. Lundberg gets it towards the net, and covering up is Moore. And our girls basketball team is undefeated. They are rolling. And January 30th, they'll play TC Central with Tate and Gussert with the call.
So the boys and the girls basketball team are undefeated right now?
Both undefeated.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Exciting times for Cadillac basketball.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to talk to Dan Gussert. He's taking all that in on the court.
Yes, he is. Yep. Derek Tate with the play-by-play, Dan Gussert with the color, and those guys just do a great job.
Well, it sounds like they've got some exciting basketball to be announcing for the Vikings this year.
Puck is kept in and now out of the zone. Here comes Logan Collins, number 18, and he had to get his head up at the last second coming over the line. And what do we have? Offside?
No, they got a
hooking
call on Manistee.
Might be Jeffrey Schwass, number 24. He's looking perplexed.
Yeah, he's I've seen that perplexed look before.
Well, it's always the person who's guilty is always looking perplexed.
Just don't understand. What?
No. Yeah.
Who, me? No. It was, you got the wrong number.
And with referees' vision, you never know. I was.
Yeah, they're going to make sure they got the right color. The number is not quite as important.
Yeah, it's a little iffy. Now, Schmidtdale, that shot was knocked down by Shoddy, and the Vikings will clear it down the zone. So it's a power play for the Cadillac Vikings. They are up 1-0 with 8:15 to go here in the second period. Jeff Castillo along with Bill Dooley bringing you the action on a Friday night from the Wex. Here comes some speed for Fisher Moore. He's going wide. Out in front, tried to center it. And Manistee will clear it down the ice. That was number 16, I think, for Manistee.
16 is Bryce Harless.
Bryce Harless, okay.
A sophomore.
Okay.
Clearing the puck. And so we're going to see the Viking power play.
Farley gets it to Zach Izzard. Oh, that's a good shot from that far out. Centering attempt.
Boy, he was wide open, too.
Izzard tried to go back to the point. It was intercepted by Shoddy. And all the way down the ice it goes with a minute to go in the power play.
All right, so the Vikings need to just kind of get it in the zone and get stuff set up. They're making fast rushes, getting a few shots. Haven't been able to really get anything set as of yet. And I can't believe how they waved that icing off.
Well, because Matteo, he put his leg up, let it go underneath his leg on purpose. Looking for a centering attempt. Now coming back with it is Jake Lamb, number 18. He's got some good speed. He goes down. There's a tripping call, and he gets hammered before he goes to the net. But there will be a tripping call, no penalty shot. And, Jeff, this will give us a chance to get our next player profile in.
Okay, so we started with Olivia Peedle in the first period. In the second period, we have Carson Peedle. He is a freshman, number 12 for the Cadillac Vikings. Carson's parents are Lisa and Scott Peedle, along with his older sister Olivia. Besides playing hockey, Carson was on the lacrosse team. In his spare time, he likes skiing and all sorts of water sports. Carson's favorite athlete is Connor McDavid. After high school, Carson would like to attend Michigan Tech and pursue an engineering degree. Congratulations to Carson Peedle on being one of our player profiles of the game.
All right, Michigan Tech, that's quite the school for engineering, Jeff.
Yes, it is. So it looks like they're both headed north. Here for their college.
Yeah.
So it's
I heard that Tech turned you down at the last second with the full scholarship for. No, that was wrong. Wrong, Jeff. Okay.
I don't know what sources
Jeff.
You're getting this from.
Okay.
But TMZ or I don't know.
Over to Barnett.
Anyway.
Barnett with the shot, and that's blockered away by Nathan Moore. Now coming down with some speed is Henry Schmidtdale. The first one to it is Luke Lahr, number 55. Good pestering there by Schmidtdale. He takes his man into the board and centers it, and it bounces around, getting the puck back to Schmidtdale. He almost scored. That would have been a great play there as he put the pressure on.
Shriver's panicking in the back there without his stick. Player trying to get him his goalie stick, so he's got time for that.
Now we have another penalty call.
So the Vikings went from being on a power play to now they're going to be down 4-on-3.
And Henry Schmidtdale is going to go for knocking the stick away from the goalie. So that's an interference call, Jeff. You don't see that one very often. Well, you can't do that, no. I know in your world it's okay, but
they're kind of free game in my world, but.
So anyway, that's a no-no when you knock away the goalie's stick. It's interference. And now wait, did they? Okay, so did they put that on the right board?
Yeah, because Manistee's penalty is off, and so now Cadillac's down to a 5-on-3. Manistee's just ended.
Rutsalainen back to Jake Lamb. Jake Lamb steps up, blocked beautifully there by Jack Schmidtdale, and the Vikings clear it. Farley putting some pressure on Lamb. Lamb turning with it. Good move there, coming over the line. Could have shot, but he tried to get it back. Lamb gets it in the middle, and the Vikings, Logan Collins clears it down the ice. That's a big clear.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, so it's almost like the goalies are being treated, kind of like quarterbacks do in the NFL. You just really can't even touch them.
Rutsalainen tried to come out front. Here's going to be a shot in the slot. Picking it up. Good block. It went through a couple players. There's a whistle. The net is off the mooring, so they're going to have a face-off down deep, but close call for the Chippewas. They almost tied it.
Yeah, that was a close one. That net just mysteriously comes off at the, most inopportune times.
Some goaltenders have that knack of knocking things off the
I think
mooring.
That's part of their training.
Yes.
Not saying that's the case here, but I've seen that once or twice. They must be watching some men's league hockey.
Trying to see where our next guest is tonight, but I don't see him over here yet, Jeff. That's going to be Elliot Levine.
Well, maybe he got word of how you treated the last guest, and he's afraid to come up here. I don't know. How did that go? I wasn't able to hear what was going on.
Well, we had a little fun, and Libby was able to do her best impression of a hockey announcer, so I don't think she's ever going to forget that.
Okay.
All right, Jeff, what else?
Do I need to be fearful of my job here? Is she ready to step up and take my place? Or
no, I think she's going to be busy skiing and winning skiing championships, so you're safe.
Good thing. Okay. Well, hey, we want to let you guys know that we've got DVD copies of the games that can be purchased individually or in box sets for the whole season. The sale of DVDs helps pay for the cost of production. Contact yournewsnet.com. They make great gifts. This broadcast is a cooperation between Wexford Missaukee Career Tech Center, CCTV, and Newsnet. Students are involved in directing, replay, editing, and camera work, all under the supervision of a professional director. And they do a very good job with that, and you never know. They just could possibly make a career of that. They got some good programs down at Central Michigan. And I believe we've had some kids that have made their way down there.
And Jeff, hopefully coming up here soon in the next couple of games, we're trying to work on some replay, and we're hoping that works out. Of course, one of the things we do is need to get an extra person on our crew to help our director out in the van. So right now we've got a 3-person camera crew, and then Hannah is directing. So once we get that extra body here, then maybe we can start working on some replay.
We're going to keep working on that for you.
Okay, puck is in the corner, and Farley will clear it down the ice. The Vikings are trying to kill off a 5-on-3 with 5.5 minutes to go here in the second period. It still stands at 1-0. It's been that way since the first 18 seconds into the first period.
Yeah, and Manistee, just has not been able to get the puck in and get it set up, which is a little unfortunate here on a 5-on-3. They just got one guy getting it into the zone and taking shots, and that's not working out for him.
Yeah, and Farley will get it down the ice again, so Brian Farley doing a great job. Saw Brian Scott out there, and I'm sure Jill is here tonight too. She's hardly ever misses a game. Puck goes into the corner, and it's going to be an icing against Manistee.
Oh, that's the worst thing you can do.
That hurts.
Yeah, Cadillac does get one of their guys out of the box, so they've got 29 seconds that they'll be one man down. And with a face-off down in the Manistee zone. And if Fisher Moore can win a face-off here, might even be able to get a shot on goal and get a scoring opportunity.
So Fisher Moore, Jack Schmidtdale, and Caleb McKinley are the, or no, and
Farley's out there.
Farley's
also,
out there. Okay, so they're down to 30 seconds to go in the penalty. Manistee.
Now Fisher did win that.
Intercepted by Schmidtdale, and oh, that one looked like a less sharp shot. That was way high of everything.
He's done that once or twice.
So I see Elliot Levine making his way up to the box here. And the Vikings are down to 19 seconds left to kill off of a 5-on-3. That would be a huge boost for them, Jeff, to get that 5-on-3 killed. Remember that game you were watching Mount Pleasant after they?
Exactly. They got it killed and end up getting a goal, making it a one-shot game, tied the game, and won it with 11 seconds to go. So let's see what happens here.
All right. Jake Lamb on the left side, cuts out front, and nice job by Henry Schmidtdale to deflect that up into the netting. And Jeff, at this point, we'll have Elliot Levine put the headset on there, and we'll get a few words in with him. Elliot, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for joining us up in the booth here.
Yeah, no problem.
Have you ever been up here calling a game?
No, I have not.
What do you think of the vantage point?
It's pretty good. Bird's eye view.
So, Elliot, what's watching this hockey game tonight? What's your thoughts so far as you're kind of analyzing the game?
Well, I don't know much about hockey, but it looks pretty intense. You know, they're hitting each other pretty hard.
Yeah, they are. It's one of those games where I think it's a good hard-hitting game, 1-0. That early goal, and Cadillac's trying to extend that lead a little bit.
Right, for sure.
So we were talking to Libby earlier about the girls team. Can you tell us a little bit about the boys team this year? First of all, how many skiers do you have on the team?
We have 9 boys on this team this year, so we're a little shorter than usual. But we're
how
pretty
many
stacked.
Seniors and juniors?
We don't have any seniors actually, so we're pretty young as well.
Okay.
We have 2 juniors, Darren and Logan, and the rest are sophomores and freshmen.
Okay, and you are a
sophomore.
Sophomore. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your team looking like so far this year?
We've actually done pretty good despite our young age. Our first race was a little rough, but after that it picked up.
Good deal.
Yeah.
And your coach is also James Netzley?
Yep.
Okay. And so how long have you been skiing?
I've been skiing. I started snowboarding when I was like 4, and I switched just before high school, so I've probably been skiing for 4 years now.
Okay. And of all the great Cadillac skiers, boys skiers, is there one that you kind of look up to and just as maybe somebody who you watch and admire as a skier?
Yeah, my older brother Leo actually, he was a good skier.
Yep.
And Alex Netzley, he was great too.
Yeah. You guys have had some great skiers over the time. The Hauks, really good
the
skiers.
Hauks, yeah.
What is kind of your specialty? I mean, there's the slalom, giant slalom, and slalom.
Yeah. So I'm a little smaller.
Yeah.
And GS, you need to be kind of bigger to go fast on the hill.
Yeah.
It's a fast course, so I'm better at slalom.
Okay.
Yeah.
In speed-wise, what is? Let's talk about professional skiers. What would you think the top speed that they would maybe reach in some of the fastest conditions?
In GS,
yeah,
they go fast, maybe 40 miles per hour down those turns, 50.
Okay. And what about you? There's a shot scored. That was Manistee, Jeffrey Schwash. And that'll tie the game at 1 with 3:13 to go here in the second period. So we were back to full strength, Elliot, and Manistee finally got that equalizer. So big goal for the Chippewas.
Yeah, that's close.
Now back to what do you think some of your top speeds are when you're skiing?
Well, we don't ski as steep as the professionals, so maybe 30 miles per hour down a course.
That's pretty fast. I'm wondering if Sheriff Trent Taylor would allow that excessive speeds out there at the hill.
Yeah, it's fast.
Here comes Zach Izzard as he goes around with the backhand, tried to center it. Manistee will knock it away. Luke Lauer gets it back to the point. Caleb McKinley right back in and behind the net. We are tied at 1 here, and we are talking to Elliot Levine, sophomore skier on the Cadillac team. And what do you play any other sports besides skiing?
I play soccer.
Okay, so you're soccer and skiing. And what are some of the difficult techniques in skiing that you would, like maybe tell somebody out there if you had,
I think a lot of new people, when they first start race skiing, a lot of them try to hit the gates, so they reach over. A lot of them lean, and it's actually it takes your whole body to ski. You have to be balanced in the upper body, and you have to separate your lower half, which is your legs, and your upper half to be able to stand up on the ice.
Okay. And what is the newest equipment or that they have in skiing? Are they still using the skis that they did years ago, or is that changing a little bit? Some of the equipment.
We've seen some change. The skis are staying pretty much the same, but a company called Lecky just came out with new poles that are you can clip your gloves into them.
Coming over the line is Brian Farley. puck is taken away just at the last second, and Luke Lamb will clear up the board. Sorry about that,
No
Elliot.
problem. It's intense.
And there's a trip there, potentially, touching the puck, and there's going to be a penalty. So now you can go. We got a little penalty here. So what are you saying about the
So there's
poles?
new poles where you snap your gloves into the top of the pole,
Yeah.
and it's safer because they can release if you fall, and there's
okay.
no straps, so they don't get
Holy
caught.
smokes. Okay, so it's kind of like your boot, which would release from your ski, only the gloves are releasing from the pole.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's
I've
crazy.
never heard of that. How about the goggles and the helmets? Are they,
Yeah,
still?
they're getting better. Like magnetic lenses, you can switch for 9 day, and
Okay.
the helmets can break on impact, take some of the force away.
So the Vikings are going to have a power play for the last 2 minutes of the period. Elliot, take a look here, see what they can do. And that was blocked, never made it through. Henry Schmidtdale takes a check, and Roots and Lanen will backhand it down the ice. Before you go, I'm going to need you to come up with your best imitation of a hockey announcer to say something like, he shoots, he scores, something like
okay.
that. Because we get really excited when there's a goal. It doesn't happen a lot of times, but for a while. So we're going to ask you to do that. But what's the biggest wipeout you've ever had?
Oh boy, it's actually this year. My friend, I think my friend had a funnier one actually last year.
Schmidtdale with the goal. Did you see that one in
That
and
was
out?
crazy.
Great shot, and it's the second time. The second time that Jack Schmidtdale has picked that far upper corner, so that puts the Vikings up 2-1 on the power play. All right, now go back to the wipeout.
So my friend, his name's Kyle Conrads, and last year he was finishing a course, and at the end there's like a laser that tells your time when you cross the laser.
Yep.
And he was finishing, and the last gate he barely made it, and he was one ski and took out the laser, and he fell, and he lost all his skis, all his poles, and his run didn't count, which was sad, but it was really funny to watch from the bottom.
That sounds like a dandy there.
Yeah,
Could have made the TV highlights, right?
for sure.
All right, Elliot, why don't you give us a quick, your best thing of hockey announcer here. See what you can give us.
All right, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, there's number 34 coming up. He shoots, and he scores!
All right, good job there. It was actual goal. What a timing
Yeah,
that
what
we
a
got
good-
there. You got to call your first not NHL goal, but your first goal ever. And we appreciate you so much for being our guest.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations for your skiing career, and have a good rest of the season.
Thank
okay?
you, thank you.
All right, we'll give the headsets back to Jeff there.
Perfect.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, thanks, Elliot.
All right. Well, what timing for our guest? He comes on the microphone and gets 2 goals scored.
Oh, my word. And he basically was calling the
Calling it
goal
as they scored.
so you can't make this stuff up. There's a big hit there as Logan Collins hit Roots Alainen, and
And it was a clean hit. There
yes,
was no
it
penalty
was.
on that.
Oh, and right there, Russell Schotty tried to walk out in front of that. It's 2-2 here as Manistee just scored. There's a shot knocked down by Nate Moore. Now back to Lamb. That one never made it through, was blocked by the Vikings. Puck is sitting right there in the slot. Down goes Schotty. Bodies are flying all over the place right now. Jake Lamb gets it up. Taking a big hit there from Cam Keen. Now it's a 2-on-1. There's a shot just wide of the net. Back towards the point. Lamb will keep it in. He still has it. Walking out front, there's a shot short side. Covered up beautifully there by Nathan Moore.
Yeah, nice save. With only about 12 seconds here left in the period, you don't want to give up a late one.
Those are dangerous because the goalie sometimes will go down to cover the post and leave that top corner, and that's what that Lamb was looking for.
Yep, exactly. Well, there's not a heck of a lot else to shoot
That's right.
at from that angle.
I've seen you pick those corners before. I'm not pleased when you do that against me.
Well, and Jack Schmidtdale did the exact thing he did on the first goal. And the second goal, he put that top blocker side right up in the corner and hit it.
Yes.
And we didn't get a chance because
2 seconds to go.
Is it Adam Levine?
That's Elliot.
Elliot Levine, okay.
Elliot Levine.
So Elliot was on the mic, but Jack Schmidtdale's goal was assisted by his brother, Henry.
Oh, man, Schmidtdale from
yeah,
Schmidtdale.
Schmidtdale
Sounds
from
like an
Schmidtdale.
attorney firm.
And then Manistee came back with a goal of their own, unassisted, number 44, Saku Ruotsalainen.
Ruotsalainen scored on that,
That has
okay.
made it a 2-2 game, and
Wow.
looks like it's setting up to be an awful good third period.
This is sounding like a good one. Hey, Jeff, we did want to note that Duke Schultz is doing the PA announcing tonight, so that's kind of fun having Duke. You know, he knows all these kids. He's coached most of them coming up, and adds a little extra flair to the PA announcing job.
Surprised they would trust him with a microphone in front of him.
All right, we're going to give our crew and us a break. It is 2-2 between Manistee Chippewas and the Cadillac Vikings. And we'll be back with third period action in just a moment. You're watching high school hockey on News Net Sports and CCTV. Stay tuned.